Hello, I would like to welcome you again to video number 4 on our series, Biblical Romance. Yes, we are on number 4. I sort of took a break and I'm back again, and we have been going into the introduction to the Song of Solomon. And I would do well to actually read it so that you know that I did not invent anything to tell you, but that God, the creator of sex, will tell you and teach you what he expects of you as a man and a woman, or as a husband and wife. In our first 3 videos, we had attempted to answer the question, why does God hate sex outside of marriage so much? And we've come up with 2 answers, and we will continue. The first was because it is a creative act and he is intricately involved. Because in that process, God is creating new life on earth. We often call it procreation. You are co-creating with God. You are actually taking off the responsibility of God when you involve in that process, because a life will involve. That's why God protects it as much as possible. Then number 2, we looked at it as it is something so special, so precious, so valuable to God that he wants to protect it at all costs. And I try to tell you that, and it is true, that he protects it for your own sake, for our own sake. Because when we do not relate as man and woman in the way God has said we should, headache results, frustration results, a lot of negative things results because we don't do it God's way. And so today we're going to delve into, what did the woman want from the king? Oh, that's actually a review in our video number 3. What did she want from him? I said I will read chapter 1 verses 2 to 4. She said she wanted a kiss in her mouth, and she wanted the sweet fragrance of a perfume. She said, let him kiss me, and with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is more delightful than wine. Take me away with you. Let us hurry. Let us hurry. Let the king bring me to his chambers. Today we're going to look at 3 things. Looking at her husband, what did the lady see? And we'll also work on lady. Work on captivating your husband. Work on captivating your husband. And then the 3rd thing I will say is specifically to the men. Listen. Listen to your wife. Listen, especially in this context of discussion in terms of the sexual relationship. First, looking at her husband, what did she see? Or looking at your husband, what do you see? Please, ladies, appreciate him. Speak to him how he looks like. Okay? Let him know. Let him know what you like about him. So this lady here, who gives us the example, I said, looking at her husband, what did she see? She saw a handsome man among the rest of men in the world. It was more like there is a crowd of 1,000,000 men, and she could not rest her eyes, peering through and piercing through until she saw him. Not looking around at some along the way, but keep going until she found him. You know, each person is unique, right? Even our fingerprints, they're unique. So he doesn't look like another man. chapter 2, verses 3 to 5. What did she see? She said, like an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. She knows him and can look for him even in the biggest crowd. In the shade, in his shade, I took great delight and sat down. Picture it. You see your husband like a tree that provides shade, that protects from the sun. That's what you see. You want to be under that shade with confidence. And his fruit was sweet to my taste. His fruit was sweet to my taste. His fruit was sweet to my taste. Is he as sweet to you as that? Is his fruit really sweet to your taste? So he brought me to his banquet hall, and his banner over me is love. That's what the woman needs. And she needs to see her husband like the cover over her. His love like the cover over her. Like she is protected. She is protected. Verse 5. Sustain me with raisin cakes. Refresh me with apples. Because I am sick of love. Now, ladies, are you sick of love for your husband? To see him? To run through the crowd just so you can meet him? Let's go over to 5 verses 10 to 16. What did she see? What do you see when you are thinking of him, of your husband? What do you see? Song of Songs 5 verses 10 to 16. Let's get over there. 5 verses 10 to 16. He said, my beloved is dazzling and ruddy. He's dazzling and ruddy, brown, and looking so precious, perhaps handsome. That has to come from your mouth. I say, appreciate him. Don't just think or say to others. Let him hear you. Outstanding among 10,000. So there are 10,000 people in town or in the stadium, and you are sick of love, and you can only find this one. Is that you, my lady? And is that how you think about him? One among 10,000 that you can't even compare. His head is like gold. His head to me is like pure gold. His locks are like clusters of dates and black as a raven. His locks, I don't have locks, so I'm almost bald. I don't know whether that's romantic or not, but I have a bald head. But, she says, his locks. Now you have an idea who the man there was. He had this on his head. Well, much said, right? She says that his locks are like clusters of dates. Black like a raven. I guess King Solomon was black. And she too was black. I know we know in 1:5 she says, I'm black, yet beautiful. I don't know why she had to say yet, but I wish she could have just said, I am black and beautiful. Maybe she anticipated the world in which we are today, where black isn't as beautiful. But you see, his locks are like clusters of dates and black as a raven. His eyes are like doves beside streams of water, bathed in milk and reposed in their settings. Even his eyes are captivating to him. Is he to you? He said his cheeks are like a bed of balsam, banks of sweet-scented herbs. His lips, his lips like lilies. Yes, dripping with liquid myrrh. Right? His lips like lilies dripping with liquid myrrh. You can't wait to drink the myrrh, right? To chew on them. Perhaps. Yeah, actually. His hairs are rods of gold set with beryl. His abdomen is carved ivory inlaid with sapphires. Wow. His abdomen. I remember a time, I don't know what was going through my head, that I came into the living room without a shirt on, and it was like, oh, you don't have abs on, like, well, I guess maybe abs is the thing. Is that what you're looking for? Well, I don't. I have a manly stomach. So he says here that his abdomen is carved ivory inlaid with sapphires. Well, ladies, what do you see? And what do you want? So looking at her husband, that's what she saw. Look at your husband. They were both naked and felt no shame. Look at him as he came out of his mother's womb. That is him. That is the person you love. Do you appreciate him and let him know that you appreciate him? Number 2, like an instruction to you ladies. I said, ladies, work on captivating your husband. Work on captivating your husband. I know that when you were single, you did everything every time to look so presentable. And maybe even when you were having a relationship with or dating with him, you did everything to look so precious. Have you stopped doing that? Do you still captivate him, or you just think, oh, I'm married, and you don't care? Don't let no other woman captivate him. Captivate him the more. How did she captivate him? How should you captivate him? So she captivated him with perfume. Chapter 1, verses 12 to 14. He said, while the king was at his table, he's sitting in the dining table, eating his supper, okay? While the king was at his table, my perfume gave forth its fragrance. Like he is at the table, he is not seeing you. Can he realize that you are in the house? Because she knows how you smell like. Well, that's Bible. It's not Pastor Alfred. That's Bible. My perfume gave forth its fragrance. My beloved is to me a pouch of myrrh, which lies at night. My beloved is to me like a patch of myrrh, which lies at night between my breasts. So, they were both naked and they felt no shame. What a better place for him to lay down and sleep in peace than, what did she say? My beloved is like a pouch of myrrh, which lies all night between my breasts. Ladies, I say work on captivating him. You've not even taken a little step towards the expectation of God for you. Now you begin to understand why God hates sex outside of marriage. Because he has prepared it the best thing in marriage. And then verse 14, my beloved is to me a cluster of henna blossoms in the vineyards of Engedi. One among 10,000. Now, he sits at the table eating, and he's like, you must be in the room. I can smell that. Yes. And you say, get all this thing from off my body, because I got these clusters on my chest. Lay there and sleep. He will sleep like a log. Ever tried that? It's not a matter of turning your back and say, oh, I got my jammies. Oh, really? No? No? They were both naked and felt no shame. That's how she captivated him. She also captivated him on a verdant bed. I mean, you can imagine anything. Whatever you want your bed to be, whatever sheets or whatever thing. But this is what she did here. So she did that and captivated him, listen carefully, with her bisexual attraction and anticipation. Maybe sometimes we do, if at all, the sexual attraction, but not the anticipation. You have, oh ladies, to act like you really want him. Okay? In chapter 1, verses 4, she was saying, take me with you and hurry. He's still sitting at the dinner table and he smells the fragrance. And you are like around him and like, can you be done eating? Hurry, bring me to your chambers because I am decked and prepared. The bed. So you have to captivate him without attraction. Hopefully, you're braless. At home, some people will talk about lingerie. Okay, I'm not going to go into that, but you know what is being said here. Anticipation. Release your brain. Release your brain to be free that this is what God created. This is the man God gave me, and I should enjoy my body with him 100% to the maximum. Just that. So it's not only the attraction, there should be that anticipation. Okay? Don't act as if, oh, this is a man's thing. And if he doesn't want it, you don't want it. 50-50. You married him, he married you. He married you and you married him. And you have the responsibility just as much to captivate him, to attract him, and to show to him that I am anticipating you. Hurry and take me to your chambers. Touch me. Touch me. 3-5. Listen, my dear ladies, I say work on captivating him and show to him your anticipation. Song of Song 5:3-5. I have taken off my dress. Okay. Now, he didn't ask you to. You are saying, I have already done that. How can I put it on again? Are you still at the dinner table? Are you still in the living room? I am sick of love. Hurry. Come to the chambers. I have washed my feet. Of course, in that culture, the floors were not tiles or carpet or anything else, so you have to wash your hands. So you have to wash your feet and wipe them and get into bed. And maybe he is still sitting in the living room, right? How can I dirty them again to come and look for you? Come on, get off and come in here. What you doing? Ladies, captivate him. Show your attraction and anticipation. My beloved extended his hand. Okay. My beloved extended his hand through the opening, and my feelings were aroused for him. Okay. Maybe the men. 4:16. What did she say? In 4:16, she said, she's sitting in 5:3. I've taken off my dress. And what we had read in 4:16, she is there with a verdant bed, whatever sheets you put there. He didn't say, oh, I lit a candle and set the mood. No. She didn't say that, oh, I've put some roses in here. No. She says, I've opened my garden to let its fragrance fill the room so that you can get drunk when you get in here and be like, oh, I was at the table. I knew you were in the room because I could smell you. And now I come into the room. She says, awake. Oh, not wind. Come, wind of the south. Make my garden breathe out its fragrance. You can put a fan there. My garden. So she is filled with what is there. The pheromones. Maybe biologists who don't really want to catch this would say, oh, it's just animals. Well, whatever. But he said, awake. My garden, let its spices be wafted abroad. May my beloved come into his garden and eat its choice fruit. Do you attract him like that? Do you anticipate him like that? Do you show it? Or you are trying to be holier than the Bible? Or you are trying to be holier than God? Or you are just pretending like, I really didn't want this. Then why did you marry? Oh, I just wanted a husband. Well, remember that husbands are also men. I said, remember that husbands are also men. Lastly here, men, listen carefully. I said, men, listen carefully. Don't just try to do what you want to do, and don't just try to be selfish for you. Listen to her. See her need. What does she want? And ladies, tell him what you want and what gives you the most pleasure. She attempts here to do it. In 2 verse 6, let's go back over there. He said, let his left hand be under my head. Now, men, listen. She is speaking. And you got to listen. He said, let his left hand be under my head. What does that suggest? She's lying next to you. You're not lying on her. No. You're not lying on her. I said, no. You're not lying on her. Your left hand is on her head. So you are lying next to each other, looking up at the ceiling. She wants that. She may want you to lay like that for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. Listen to what she wants. Your left hand is on her head. Maybe all night, that's all she wants. So listen to what she wants. And ladies, tell him what you want. And 4:16. Now we are on 2:16. Wait, where are we reading here? No, 2:16. There was no place here. His left hand. Okay, but he said his left hand 2 verse 6. Sorry about that. 2 verse 6. Let his left hand be under my head. Meaning she's laying next to you. For however long she wants you, let it be. And his right hand embrace me. So his left hand, she's there, and his right hand is so free that you, what does she say you do? Embrace her. Now, I make this laughing thing. Let's say you're in London, and your left hand is there, and then would your right hand be in Nairobi or in Johannesburg? She said, no, let it embrace me from my hair all the way down to my feet. And she wants a sense of belonging. 2 verse 16. My beloved is mine and I am his. Would you say that, lady, with your whole heart and really mean it? And is he yours? And you are his. No other person in the picture. And treat each other like she is mine, like he is mine, and I am his. That gives a sense of belonging, a sense of ownership, a sense of confidence. The woman wants that confidence and security that she is yours and only her alone. So ladies, it's my conclusion. Man, what do you want? Let her know. Lady, what do you want? Let him know. What gives you the most pleasure? Let him know. I will stop at that now. Until next time. Enjoy.